All right, I'm live. All right, I'm live. Let me stick some more books up under my camera so we can make it get high. All right, oh shit. My brewski over. What's up, everybody out there? I just decided to lift the camera up just a little notch. How y'all feeling out there, man? This your boy Hood. I'm hitting y'all up on the podcast. What's up? Man, some shit been popping in the hip hop world, and I want to talk about it because it kind of meant a lot to me what's going on. I'm laughing because it tripped me out seeing this happen with two legends in the game. And hearing what people been saying about it is kind of tweaking me out too. So I'm like, damn, why y'all bugging like this? But what happened is the two of the best in the game, Willie D and Scarface, had a real big battle in the last couple of hours, man. It's been going down on their channel. They got a thing called Ghetto Boys Reloaded. Ghetto Boys, a rap group from back in the 80s and early 90s. They was big famous. They was the man. They was doing it real big back in that time, but obviously rap didn't last decades like that, so they fell off. They stopped being tight, and they moved on. But what happened in the rap industry is that Scarface, being the rapper in the group, that's where everybody took to. Now, when they was in the group, when they had the group, the biggest guy in the group was not Scarface. It was Willie D. But then it switched. Oh, shit. Let me check my sound. Okay, so it's working good. So anyway, it switched. The times had changed. And it stopped being Willie D. And it started being Scarface. But then Scarface did something that a lot of people just don't realize. Scarface became what is known today as a legend in the game. He's literally a legend in hip hop now. So he's not just like this guy. He's a legend in rap. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see if it shared my screen with y'all yet. And I wanted to pull up his stuff. If it's up here, let me close that. I think y'all can see it. Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Boys. So I wanted to holler at y'all about that real quick, but I wanted to show you some of it so you can see what's popping, so you can get caught up with it, because it really did go down. And it's been in the videos is everywhere. I mean, these things blowing up. It's going everywhere. Because, honestly, Willie D is mad. Willie D is really mad. He actually got a lot to say, and he's snapping. So let's go with it. Let's go with it right now. I'm gonna hit y'all with. It's two of them. You got him saying, okay, let's go with this one. This got more impact. Let's go. I forgot they got to hit you with the commercial.
Monster make you buy. Monster make more. You buy.
I hear.
Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Boys,
Jump to it.
In history, a moment that people ain't gonna never forget. Now, I understand that it was short time, but here's where I'm at with that. For something like that, for you to sit across this table from me weekly and knowing that you finna go to the Grammys and perform that song.
Let me hold up, time out.
Okay.
I didn't know I was gonna do that song.
At what point did you know?
When I got there.
Okay. So, all right. Okay, so you know but you didn't know you was gonna perform a Mind's Playing Trick.
I had no clue.
But when you found out, did you even think to say, man, this is a big moment? I'm performing the Ghetto Boys song, something that me and Willie D wrote. Yeah, I wrote 3 verses, but Will wrote 1. He was on the song. Mm-hmm. He is a Ghetto Boy. They want a Ghetto Boy song. Did you think for one moment to say, yo, Will, even if time was running out on you, you didn't think for one moment to say, man, let me just at least call Will and let him know what's going on. It ain't cross your mind to say that?
It didn't cross my mind, Willie.
Oh shit!
I think you did. You didn't think for one moment to say,
shady man, ass nigga.
It didn't cross my mind.
Shady fucking nigga. Shady. I don't like niggas like that. I respect Scarface. I fuck with him since I was a kid. But when that group said motherfucking Ghetto Boys, it's your actual duty to call the other nigga. Period. It don't matter what the event is. But I think Scarface is jealous because at one point he was way bigger as a rapper. I'm talking about for decades. He actually down in history. When motherfuckers say top 5, they throwing Scarface in there. You ain't gonna never hear Willie D in the top 5. He's still a dope ass rapper. He did his thing, but he didn't have an impact like Scarface did. Scarface literally had an impact in rap. Willie D had an impact But his impact came from the Ghetto Boys. But when Scarface went solo, and he blew up the fucking whole industry, 96, 97, 98, he was the biggest rapper in the game. It's not no bullshit. He down with Tupac and them. I'm talking about as far as being up as a legend in the game. And Scarface know that. He literally know this shit.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe shit. You
No,
don't
I'm
believe,
just
you
saying.
don't believe that he agrees.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
I don't believe you, bro, because I know you smarter than that.
Well, I didn't. Think
I know.
about it.
No.
Hey, let's go back.
You do a lot of thinking, bro.
Let's go back. Let's go
bro,
back.
because I know you smarter than
Let's
that.
Believe that he agrees.
I'm just.
You don't believe.
All right, look right here. You see this right here? Look down on this. If you could see this, I don't know if it make the. Let me see if it make the big screen work. But if you could look down there, you see Scarface ain't got no shoes on. He took off his shoes. These are socks. Scarface got on socks because he know he was bogus. And he knows sitting in a room with another man that he crossed like that for 33 years. They've been knowing each other. Willie D get up and hit him in his fucking mouth. He know that first. That's not nothing to do with what he's saying. That ain't nothing to do with his body language. He don't have no fucking shoes on. You think he came to the fucking place with no shoes on? You think Scarface a gangster? This nigga not even wearing fucking shoes. He's scared because he getting brought it to. They bringing it to him. He bringing it to him. That lets you know when they had fights back in the day, Scarface probably wasn't winning them fights. Because look at this nigga, ain't got no goddamn shoes on. These some fucking Burberry socks and some weird shit like that. That's crazy as hell to me. All right, let's go.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe shit. You
No,
don't.
I'm
believe,
just
you
saying.
don't believe that he agrees.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
I don't believe you, bro, because I know you smarter than that.
Well, I didn't. Think
I know.
about it.
No.
And it was.
You do a lot of thinking, bro.
It's so much shit going
you do
on.
A lot of thinking.
And it's so much shit. Let me tell you something too. So you know, it's so much shit going on, Willie, until I don't know if you got the call or not. I don't know what's happening with you on your side of.
Trying to get this shit to work better. I guess you can't stream HD. All right, let's bring it back down. Yep. So it's acting.
Come on, bro.
I don't know who handled your business. And as a matter of fact,
know if the Grammys call about me
when
doing
that
something for
motherfucker,
Ghetto Boys,
I didn't know. I didn't even know that the call was. I didn't even know that the call was for sure until that Wednesday, that day.
You knew if
I did not know.
Listen, okay, let's say you knew that day. And here's the thing.
Okay, now time out. I know every motherfucking thing. Now, how does it change it?
How does it change?
Yeah, it's over.
Well, what
the motherfucker gave me the whoever the producer was gave me 4 bars. That's it.
Well, it wasn't 4 bars.
What was it?
I think you did 8. But in any event, that's the here's. I mean,
4 measures, 8 bars,
okay,
whatever it is.
So how does it change? How does it? You said how does it change it?
Yeah.
How does it change anything that we talk about on a daily basis? Like we talk about a lot of shit, and how does just us talking about what we talk about changes?
What's the end?
What
I didn't know that I was doing my mind playing tricks on me for 1, and for 2, ain't nothing I can do about it. Now the shit is over with.
Yeah, the shit is over with. But the end all is for me to express to you how I felt about the shit you did. That's the end all. And you know what? Not just what you did, but the Grammys did. The dudes that
the shit that I did, Willie.
So this is what I'm saying. So you don't see nothing wrong with going up on that stage and performing a Ghetto Boys song by yourself. You don't see nothing wrong with that. Like hold on. And we're talking about at the Grammys for a 50-year tribute. Now listen what I'm saying. First of all, let me say this.
It's all my fault.
But let me get this.
All my fault.
But let me get this out the way.
No, you win.
Now let me get this out the way. No, I'm gonna speak on it.
I shouldn't have got on the plane. I shouldn't have went to the Grammys. I shouldn't have got on stage. I shouldn't have rapped that song. I shouldn't have walked off stage, and I shouldn't have got back on the plane and came home. It's all my fault, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna speak on this though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak on it. So you ain't finished.
I'm so fucking glad that they called me, Willie.
I'm gonna speak on it.
I'm so glad that Quest reached out to me to do that motherfucking song, bro. I'm happy about that shit.
I'm sure
man.
you are.
I'm glad people got a chance to see me, man. Because people don't really get the chance.
I'm sure you are.
They don't really get a chance to.
Ass nigga. So
you a selfish ass nigga, Willie.
So.
You way more selfish than me.
I would have never done enough shit like that.
Well, I don't know, bro.
I would have never done no shit like that. The moment was too big, bro. The moment was too big. I would have never done that. And let me say this.
My response.
But let me say this, Brett. I don't give a. Let me tell you something. And let me finish. I really don't give a fuck about the Grammys. I don't care about none of them gatekeeping ass niggas, none of that shit that they do. What I care about is the Ghetto Boys. You know, like when we decided to do this podcast, I did this podcast for the sake of the brand. I didn't do it to say.
I did it for the sake of the brand.
Okay,
also.
so I didn't do it.
Actually, it was my idea to do this shit.
I understand.
You to do this shit.
It was your idea to do it, but I had to agree to it. So you didn't do it by yourself.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
we're doing. That's why it's called Ghetto Boys.
The brand too.
But that's why it's called Ghetto Boys. So okay. I said, okay. The reason why I had my own podcast shit going on already. It was already doing big numbers. So
right.
So it took me. I built that brand. I built the podcast brand with Willie D Live. I built that. And so when we decided we was gonna do this right here, sure. I brought my audience like over here like this. So my thing was like, let's grow this thing and keep our brand going, keep it strong, keep it alive, keep it going. You didn't have to do this. I didn't have to do this, but I did it for the brand. You say you did it for the brand, I take your word. But look, the thing is this. In that situation where you have a 50-year tribute to to hip hop, you should have done it for the brand.
Yo, I agree with that, man. I wanted y'all to see that little.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month.
Basically, Scarface proved to the world he's a snake. He's on snake shit. He on snake game. It's not about who they call. It's not about what they asked you to do. It's not about who called you. It's not about how much time they gave you. None of that shit matters. The matter is that they call Ghetto Boys. So your duty as a Ghetto Boy is to call the fucking Ghetto Boys. It's nothing about who need to be on the stage. What the fuck you talking about? But that's a selfish move right there because technically, Willie D is way more successful in they old man years. Like he got this podcast, he got damn near 1 million fucking followers right now. Willie D Live got 800,000 motherfucking people watching that bitch. That's crazy. Right now, you can go to Willie D Live, there's 800,000 motherfuckers on that watching. So for him to fucking say, they asked me to do this, and I didn't know I was doing that. All that shit is fake shit, nigga. You want some shine for yourself. That's why he said, I'm so glad they called me. I'm glad they called me on the show. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? You've been a celebrity for fucking 30 years. Quit tweaking over fucking the Grammys, nigga. You supposed to call all the Ghetto Boys because they gave you the phone call. But shady niggas, they don't see that. They don't see that. He trying to act like it's a good reason why he did it. Let's pop into this next one. Yeah, I think Scarface got a better response in this one. Let's see if they'll play it.
If it's we are for renewal on this podcast. We're doing this podcast together. It's Ghetto Boys podcast. Wouldn't it have made more sense? Wouldn't it would have been what greater selling point than to go get the bag than for them to see Ghetto Boys on that biggest stage together? The dudes that do this podcast together, that host this podcast together. What greater argument we could have had to get the bag than to be on that motherfucking stage together and call a motherfucker the next day and say, yeah, you saw what we doing? Yeah, you like that shit? All right, drop that bag.
Willie.
There ain't a better selling point.
It's a hell of a selling point, but it's still a selling point, though.
It ain't as strong, bro. It's just not as strong.
Well, I mean, we agree to disagree. I think that it's just as strong. And I think it's just as fucking strong because it was represented very well.
If it's just as strong, why do we do this podcast together? Why aren't you doing this podcast by yourself? Why aren't I doing this podcast by myself? Well, because we're stronger together. That's
exactly.
Why. But that's why. And it's the same thing on that stage. I don't give a fuck how many hits you got. I don't care how great these niggas think you are or how great you are. When you
heard the jealousy pop out, right? So Willie D finally go ahead and put that shit out there. I'll play it back, but he finally said it. I don't give a fuck how great you are. I don't give a fuck what they think about you, but that's exactly what you think about, because they don't think of Willie D the same way. He got this. He got respect. He got stature. He got fucking stand power. But when it come to rapping, Scarface probably in the top 10 of maybe everybody you'll ever listen to about what they fucking best rapper. He gonna be in everybody's top 10. And if they didn't say it, if you mention Scarface, they're gonna say, oh shit, yeah, because he is a legend. It's just that simple. He got songs with Tupac. So Willie D was out the industry at that time, but Willie D is a smart motherfucker. So when the industry of the internet came around, he jumped on that shit. He been talking about every fucking thing from Donald Trump to you name it. Now his podcast is fucking top 5 in the fucking world. Not the internet, not in Chicago, not in America, in the world. He top up there everywhere. His podcast, that's why he said, yo, I join the podcast with you and just bring my people on board, and then we'll be. But he brought his team, his audience to this Ghetto Boys Reloaded, and as soon as Scarface get a chance, he jump ship. He say, "Nah, nigga, it's just for me." What the fuck you talking about? See, me, that would be really. I would have to do two things. That's why I'm watching Willie D, because I'm learning something from him. I'm learning something from Willie D right now. See, for me, I'd be like, I'm finna beat your ass, or I'm never fucking talking to you again. It's gonna be these two extremes. It's not gonna be an in between. It's not gonna be like, we're gonna talk about this, and next time it's like, I'm fucking you up, or I'm never talking to you again. Now it's gonna be them two extremes, one or two. It's not gonna be, man, let's deal with this next time. What the fuck you just do? Because that's gonna have me get that off my system. Then I don't have to think about it no more, because I smacked the dog. I might lose the fight. You might stump the shit out of me. But I'm gonna make sure you knew that was a fucking violation. Then, or we can't get physical. I ain't never gonna talk to your ass no more. Get your goof ass on. You better hope the fucking Grammys call your bitch ass every week, motherfucker, because you ain't done. Because why? I know that your best interest ain't got my mind. You ain't got me in your best interest. You ain't thinking about me. You think about you. So I don't need niggas around me like that. That's a fake nigga. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm learning how to not act like that by seeing how Willie D is just bringing the pressure to the person who did it. Well, actually, maybe he wasn't wrong for doing the solo. Like he say, they call me, what's your problem? But yeah, nigga, is you down with us or you just down with yourself? That's kind of a question anybody would ask a friend. You don't fuck who they call. You're supposed to be down. But that happened to me in times of my life. That happened to me at times of my life. And I was in my 20s. So you can imagine what I was on. I'll fuck you up, or I ain't talking to you no more. And that's just that's how my personality tick. So that actually is still activated right now. Like, I don't rock with them whole ass niggas. Or if we get into, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I'm not mad at the situation no more. It's just that I get it. You ain't got my best interest at hand. So don't call me to get drunk. Don't call me to play cards. Don't call me to kick it. Don't call me to stop by, because I know you're a shady ass nigga. I'm gonna not want to fuck with you, period. But that's just who I am. So that's why I'm learning. See, he doing this shit all over for the world to see. So let's see.
I don't care how great these niggas think you are or how great you are. When you fuck with that Ghetto Boy shit, it's a different level. It's a different motherfucking level, and can't nobody tell me different. I seen it with my own eyes for 33 years. It's a different level, and you know it. So that cannot be denied. The reason why we do this motherfucker together is called Ghetto Boys Reloaded, because we're stronger together. You can do this motherfucker by yourself, and it'll get numbers. I can do it by myself. It'll get numbers. But together,
Strong.
the motherfucking, it's unstoppable.
Exactly. And I agree with that too. But the brand was still represented.
When somebody say
well.
but, usually everything that comes after that is
bullshit. No.
Yeah.
The brand is still represented well, Willie. Trust me. Ask him.
Right.
Don't take my word for it. Ask the public. You know, yeah, it would have been stronger with you there, but it was still represented very well, bro. I didn't miss Q. I didn't miss no words. It was still there. All I can say is, man, I sure hate you feel like that, because that was a big ass moment. All right. But the next time they do it and they call you and they don't call me, man, okay.
They got to call somebody first. That ain't the point. It ain't who they call. It's what happens after they make the call. Do you call me and say they mentioned Ghetto Boys, they want Ghetto Boys? Do I call you and say they want Ghetto Boys? I will. That's a fact.
They did
I never got a call. I never got a call for Ghetto Boys and not called you.
I never got a call for Ghetto Boys and not called you.
I'll take your word for it. I don't believe you, but
you think I got a call for Ghetto Boys?
You goddamn right. I think you got a call for Ghetto Boys before. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Damn, Willie. You think I gotta get a call for Ghetto Boys?
Come on, man. Listen, bro. Come on, listen.
Nah, man. I'm gonna stop you right there, my nigga. Cause I ain't never got no motherfucking call from no Ghetto Boys and not called you ever. And I never will. As a matter of fact, we don't even have the same people controlling our shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, I got a totally different manager than you. So I'm probably not gonna never get no call no way for Ghetto Boys.
Okay.
But if somebody call me directly and say they want the Ghetto Boys, most definitely gonna call you.
Okay. So let me break it down. So over the years, as we put out these albums,
take a leap.
Every time we put out a Ghetto Boys album, you put out a Scarface album right behind it. It's easy to look up. I see the frown, but there's a Scarface album that comes out right after a Ghetto Boy album every time.
Who did that? Me?
Brad Jordan. Yeah.
I put out an album behind Ghetto Boys.
Look it up. Yeah. You put out an album after Ghetto Boys every time. So when we go out on the road, we out there doing 5-6 shows or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the promotion stops. We stop promoting, we stop doing shows. You take your break, you drop your album, and then you go out and do all the shows. So you saying that a motherfucker ain't never called you and say, yo, man, what about Ghetto Boys?
No.
And you just say, no, I ain't doing Ghetto Boys. I'm doing my own shit.
No, they ain't never called me.
Hey, man, I don't know, man.
I don't.
Willie D got a good ass point. They calling you to say Ghetto Boys at some point in that career push, but you ain't gonna go and get the Ghetto Boys because you just proved that not. You go come and secure them bags for yourself, but that's just the sad part of being in a group. See, when you're in a group, you can't control other people. You can't make a motherfucker not call you. Can't make them reach out to you. You want them to do it, but if he don't, what the fuck can you say? He been shady technically, but you can't make them. You know what I'm saying? But they both got a good point because Scarface, I still represented the brand. I still went. It was a big moment for us, but you just wanted to shine for yourself. And I guess he just can't see it. Some people themselves, they can't see your point of view. He just don't see it. He look at it like, damn, you tripping. Why you bugging out? What the fuck wrong with you? And I see it, but again, I'm one guy. I'm my own opinion, but I don't see why he can't see it. It's crazy. So let's move over to the next video.
Ghetto Boys
have decided that we are going to keep others who are in the culture outside of the culture. But as long as we're in, it's all good. Some of us are keeping our own people out of the culture.
That's the whole thing about white supremacy. See, if you see white people do it, then you want to emulate that. That's what a lot of crime and criminality and killing each other is in our culture. Why? Because we see white people do it on TV. They disrespect us in their mob movies. Anything that we look for and love, they show us disrespect in it. So then we walk out the buildings, we walk out their schools, we walk out their places. Now we seeing each other. We're not around white people. We don't live in Pleasantville, Bensonhurst. We live around each other. So we hurt each other, kill each other. Why? We just got through watching white people do it. We ain't interested in killing nobody white, hurt nobody white. It's not how it go. So we watch white people keep black people out of music, stop letting them get in culture, stop letting them get in businesses, stop letting them get in different areas. So now a black person getting there, and the first thing he do is turn his back to the black people and say, do you have your correct this? Did you graduate from that? Are you able to be over? Look at the Hispanic community. Let one Mexican motherfucker get anywhere, they let everybody in. Let one Asian motherfucker get anything, they let everybody in. Let one white person get in somewhere, they let the whole floodgate that bitch. Let one black person get somewhere, he fall up. I'm gonna make sure you have the correct. It's like, man, why are you acting like that? They let me in here. I'm finna make sure I got this shit right. I ain't how y'all fuck this up. That's how culture work. whether it's good or bad, is how our culture works. So you seeing something play out basically just how it is. It's like we're not going to be cohesive. We're not going to be bringing each other in. We don't really do that. It's like very low and very slight. You got Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang had 9 members. 9 guys did something together at one point, and that's a historical event. Because where's the other ones? Where are the other 9 guys at? Like, what is it? If white people ain't at the cusp of beginning that thing or starting it or creating it or financing it, you're not gonna see 9 niggas doing too much, just nothing on a level, like large level like that. So it's stuff to think about. But what he did right here, I thought was shady. So let's listen up more.
Experiences because of whatever issues that they might have.
So,
and if you ain't gonna do this shit right, I'm talking to all you motherfuckers out there, all you motherfuckers producing hip hop, blogging, putting shit out. If you out there and you showing love and you doing it the right way, I salute you. I salute you like a motherfucker because I know how hard it is. But if you're trying to hustle the game, if you're trying to hustle hip hop, if you're throwing shit together and not showing the proper respect for the #1 genre of music in the game, period, ain't nobody fucking with us, including country. We surpassed everybody. If you're not gonna give us our respect, don't fuck with us. Get your motherfucking ass gone.
Facts. Facts and facts and more facts. It's too long for us to be in the industry.
And put 50 years of hip hop in the side of 14 minutes and think we're supposed to be grateful. We're not supposed to be grateful, man. We're the #1 genre of music. We deserve more than that shit, bro. And it's not just disappointing, it's heartbreaking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit is heartbreaking because they don't respect us. And I feel like we don't respect ourselves enough to demand more. They would have never done that to rock and roll. Never done some shit like that for country music. They would have gave them motherfuckers a whole show by themselves. It would have never been 14 minutes of 80 years of country, 90 years of rock and roll. They would have never done no shit like that. They shitted on us because we don't demand more of ourselves. And we got to stand on something, man. We got to have principles. We got to stand on those principles, man. We can't just
That's why he hit motherfuckers with information like this, because it's more than just, oh, you left me out of a show. You doing that because you want to be on the inside with these fucking idiots. People who don't give a fuck about y'all no damn way. And you want to be down with them. You got to live your life, but you got to understand some people going to find offense to that. Some people going to feel uncomfortable about that. Like, what the hell are you doing? You going to shut me down because of this? You going to not even bring me around, but then you want to sit around me every single day from that point forward and act like nothing happened. And that's going to be hard to do. Like for me and my personality, rock is kind of hard to kick it like that. It's like, well, damn, if you're a shady motherfucker and I ain't been shady with you, then I probably should just get away from you. Because if I start being shady, if I start being maniacal and underhanded and just making sure I'm looking out for myself, I'm sure you ain't going to like it. Because I could be just as shady. But so it's like, damn, so what kind of friendship we gonna have if that mean if I be around you, I gotta rock with the shady shit. You gotta be on some, what you want, making sure you straight, making sure your shit locked, and then everything I need to do is like, yeah, nigga, you ask for too much. Come on, bro. Let's not even kick it, man. Just go about your motherfucking business. And that's how I be. But you know, I like how Willie D handled it because he obviously was upset about it all.
Oh, well. You know what I'm saying? It's people that have fucking built this shit for real. And some of us that have built it, I'm fortunate enough to be doing good. Hold on. I'm fortunate enough to be doing well financially for myself. But there are others who are not doing so well, who built this shit. And we shit on them and we try to call them bummy. We try to say that they ain't got no money. They fucked it up. They fucked the bag up and all this shit. Instead of being appreciative and saying, you know what can we do to help out? You know, what can we do? We got to do better. You know.
But that's to me, that's again us following our white masters because we don't see them looking out for each other. We don't live around them. We hear about it. We see it's we don't know the process. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they doing it? Like, you know, it's like, then most of us, 99% of us, we getting our money from white people. So we can't break it down and fuck up and bring Junebug to the party, bring Man to the meeting, and they mess it up or they don't be able to conduct themselves the correct way. But anything happened, and then you're like, damn, what the fuck you do, man? You messed up. Oh, my fault, man. Damn, no, you messed up. They might not even let me back next time. So it's like you got that kind of slight thing. You kind of dancing between that as a black person. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're making the right decision by fucking with somebody that's from your culture, because you could be actually fucking up. And then they be like, yeah, don't come back here. I done had jobs in the world like that with another black person that was not with me, but came there too. Now the whole people looking at me as if I'm with him, even though they know I started there 2 months before that person came there. You know what I'm saying? But we both black. So it's just like, what the fuck? But why would you want to work in those kind of companies? And that's what I had to come to my conclusion with. I don't want to be around people like that. That's going to have to turn me against people or make me act shady and all this funny. Like, I said, I want to be around them kind of jobs. So I wanted different kind of jobs. Then you get way older and you realize, nigga, that's what jobs is. You know, it's going to be people who are disgruntled. It's going to be people who like it and don't like it. But you're supposed to be a company man. You focus on what the company got going and you lock in with the company, even if you're a fucking CEO of your own, man. You got to think like that. So that's what Scarface is on. My objective is my brand, my family, my situation. They call my number, then I'm there. If they called you, then I see you there. But he don't do it like, yo, we going to the Grammys, my nigga. So it's like, what the hell? But that's just a part of being in the group, man. So let's finish.
In my opinion, that that segment of that show was big, man. It was huge. And regardless of how you feel about it, man, it just let those 12 million or however many viewers see hip hop, you know, that what you thought was a fad turned into the biggest genre of music ever.
They already know that, Brad.
Okay, but they thought it was, but they thought that was a fad.
I got what they thought.
But now it's in your face. You know, 50 years of this shit, and it's 50 more to go. I agree with you. You know, you should have been there. I should have called you, but I shouldn't have opted out not to do it if you didn't come. You see what I'm saying? Like to do my mind playing tricks on the Grammys catapulted us to a whole nother level, bro. I know the face value of it to be seen on the motherfucker is one thing, but the song, as historical as that song is, man, it's here. It's still here. And I don't know, Willie, you would have probably got up on that motherfucker and did the same thing you did at the baseball park, man, and went too motherfucking long.
No.
I'm fucking with you, man. Damn.
It's a whole different when you got directions, bro. The right directions, and the right instructions.
Yeah.
But I will say, bro, that there is no way possible. It's nobody who can convince me that was the right move. Because like I say, the moment was too big. The moment was too big. It's like somebody doing something with it, you know, like show us our give us our
Well, y'all had a whole good glimpse of this whole little story, man, and I wanted y'all to really give an idea about it. It was really fucked up what Willie D had to go, Willie D had went through with all that bullshit. But I feel like, hey man, friends show you who they are, man, and you got to decide if you want to actually rock with that kind of personality. You know what I'm saying? People show you who they are. You know what I'm saying? You have to tell yourself or guide yourself to that the kind of friendships you want to be in. You know what I'm saying? For me, I thought that was a little much. It's like, damn, the Grammys 50th reunion. We both been rapping for decades. We both been trying to get a chance to be up here. I know your brand bigger than mine. You stayed rapping longer. The youngest people, they gave you a lot more respect and they fuck with you heavy. But now we're in a different era. Neither one of us is in the industry. Neither one of us rap. Neither one of us make music like that. So it's not like you had a 14. Say you had a 14-year run. I had a 7-year run, maybe 12-year run, maybe 10. But you had 4 or 5 years more than me. So you had a little bit more impact. But today, neither one of us is impacted. It's a young man's game. It's or whoever rapping, because I rap in my own personal life. But you talking about these guys not being able to contact each other to go to the Grammys and do that little experience right there for 1 week. Who cares who's on stage? Because there's other people who was on stage as a group, I'm sure, and that person just didn't say shit. The person who they gave the microphone to gave it to him. He probably lip sync or just hung out. But it shouldn't be that serious. But you know, I guess he said you shouldn't have went, and it's like, well, what? I don't go and don't get money from my family. What the hell are you talking about? So it was one of them things where you kind of got both sides to go from, and then it's up to you on who you rock with. Do you rock with Willie D on that for being the person who really agitated about what happened, or do you rock with Scarface and just look at it and say, hey, nigga, they didn't call you. If they wanted you there, they would have reached out to you. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. You could decide whoever you rock with on that regard. But I looked at it as kind of foul that he didn't call on his homie. But maybe they ain't such homies. Maybe just doing that podcast is just a way to make money. But they not really homies like that. See, that's another thing that you got to wonder. Is they really homies? Or is this just this nigga acting like we homies? We really ain't homies, though. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. If you listen to this video, watch this video, like and subscribe and share it. And I'm grateful, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll holler at y'all in a minute in a new subject matter. Out.